The High Court ruled that we need to have another by-election held. But before that, I think it's in order to congratulate her because she went through that legal and justice system. Congratulations and good morning to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Of course, victory is on your side. I would want to understand, away from the victory and the celebration that you are in now, what is your main disappointment with this ruling?
I want to first of all thank the judiciary and also to thank God, because I'm not a legal person, but I sat down with my lawyers after, as you know, where I voted from, results were not returned, there was chaos, and where our councillor, because we were two NRM people in this election in Kazangola Central, still. So initially we felt targeted by whomever did that. Honestly, they were targeting us because they were not allowing our electoral choice to be known. So for me, initially I just took offense. I was like, how can somebody want even us the candidates?
Why would that be? Why you?
I can't answer. I really cannot answer to them, but what I know for sure, that whatever was done maliciously to us as candidates. Because I was asking myself, we had so many polling stations, 197, and they chose these 14 where I voted from and where Councillor Masuti voted from. To this day, I just know that was an act of maliciousness, of malice, and that's what I know. And for me, it's what gave me a lot of courage and conviction. I'm a fairly peaceful person who actually doesn't like to get myself in so much public attention. I said no.
You seem to insinuate that these people who damaged property were from the opposite camp.
I am not pointing at anybody, but after the elections, I remember I went to Mbogo, messaged, and I said that we would go to court, and whomever committed this electoral offense by damaging electoral materials should be brought to account. And that's exactly what I did. I got legal interpretation from my lawyers as a lay person. I kept checking actually, because my opponent kept saying Nambi's case lacks any kind of base.
Actually, at the beginning, you had even congratulated your opponent, Nalukola.
I actually didn't. That's propaganda. And if there is any record of that, please bring it out when I'm congratulating him. I never congratulated him. I actually stood up in that message and said that I was not satisfied with what had come out of this election. And as they had heard our party chairman, we were going to go to court. That's what I said. And that's what is on the record of that.
Well, that could be behind us now, but now the victory is on your side from court. I'm just interested in knowing your point of displeasure with this ruling.
I presented about 5 counts. 1 was obstruction of voters, 2 was bribery, 3 was voting on election day, 4 was the error of margin between me and Nalukola and the votes that were not returned. And the judge vehemently cornered on the margin, the error in the margin.
The 8,000.
Yeah, the 8,000 votes, the difference between me and Honorable Elias Nalukola, and then the issue of him campaigning on election day. On the issue of bribery that we presented, we were so lucky, first of all, that the Honorable Elias Nalukola, through functionaries and his lawyers, did a secondary bribery by bribing the witnesses, the 2 witnesses that we had presented on the case of bribery. They were approached and given 200,000 shillings each with a promise of 1 million. And they came back to us and told us this is what happened. We said, okay, we will go at an opportune time in court and you present this evidence. That is how Honorable Nakola came out with his propaganda to say that my witnesses had gone on his side, which was completely false, unfortunately for him, because he was committing another crime of bribing witnesses that are already before court. So he died in his own film because he wanted me to get ashamed that he reduces the gravity of my case in his knowledge. But these were our witnesses, and they came and said that they acted under pressure.
Was this ruling and was this judgment delivered out of logic, out of based on legal and the evidence that you provided, or there was influence peddling that people are saying, because already people are saying that, you know what, because she's coming from NRM, there was influence peddling?
As far as I know, NUP has won a lot of cases, and I will point for you the case of Wakaima. Wakaima belongs to which party? Wakaima
Musoke Nasa municipality.
And that is one case, and there are several. They have won cases in the courts of law, not only NUP, plus any other party member. This judiciary is independent. There is no amount of influence you can put on it. Judiciary works on matters of law. When an election is non-compliant and the result of it affects in a substantial manner, it means that the margin between Nalkola and me could have been affected if they had brought back the results from the 14 polling stations. That's a matter of law. That's a matter of law, which I know the Honorable Elias Nalkola knows because he's a lawyer. It's black and white.
You know
so there is no influence. They've won cases before. Should I say as an NRM that they influenced court? We've accepted them wholeheartedly. Other parties, people from other parties, people from no parties have won cases in the courts of law and have got justice. The courts of law are independent.
You know, according to the ruling, all parties have to bear their legal costs. Is this fair enough on your side?
No, and for us, we are planning to appeal against that. Yes. And if you see my petition, I'd requested that if I have a case, that my cost should be paid for. And even the first respondent said if he had a case, I should pay their costs.
You know, the High Court battle could be done, but we know that the war is still on because, of course, the opponent has, through his lawyers, vowed to go into the High Court of Appeal. That means it's not yet done. It's not yet Uhuru for Farida Nambi.
For me, first of all, it's already Uhuru. It is so satisfying to lay your petition and a judge finds meaning in it. Finds that error of margin, that non-compliance in it. So for me, I thank God that I have won them in the High Court. That is now on record. And I know it is their right democratically to seek further justice. It's their right. I don't dispute it.
Are you ready for the battle in the High Court of Appeal?
I am telling you, what we are presenting is a matter of law. And I know they know. And actually, that's even why I want to appeal against costs, because they are doing something they know that is a failure on their part. There is no amount of change that is going to come by them appealing, none whatsoever. It's just a matter of law. What happened was that there was non-compliance and there were electoral offenses.
When you talk about matters of law, I know that we are now heading to the NIM primaries. That is set for July. We shall be also going for the nominations according to national electoral roadmap to September. And also the court case now has to be delivered before when the election has not gone beyond a six month a deadline. Is time on your side? Seems not.
Actually, when I was beginning this legal case, that's what everybody thought. How long has this taken? It's less than a month, isn't it?
And you were wondering how.
No, don't wonder. You see, the judiciary takes into account to expeditiously handle cases to do with election petitions. This is the nature of them. And you know that we have an impending election coming. They must rule before, even if they've put in their appeal. That appeal may not even take more than a week. And I'm predicting, because they must deliver it and serve justice in time. In time.
What makes Farida Nambi so sure and very confident that when you go back to the people, she will carry the day?
First of all, I want to assure the people of Kawempe North that I, as their candidate, am calling for peace of their life, of their property. I appeal to all security forces in this country that we should have a peaceful by-election and also a general election in 2026. Many of our people got issues due to the level of this I shouldn't even know what to call it. People were beaten. You saw that, including you journalists. And other people were scared off. They said, no, if we are seeing people getting caned outside, why should I come and cast the vote in such an environment? What if they hurt me? So many people stayed away. I have stayed in touch with the electorate. I was in court, but I had my people talking to our people on the ground, and also actually distorting the tarnishing of my image that had brought a baseless case, a case that was frivolous, and all that you had.
You know, talking about those people, including the journalists, including the local people who are sitting there, mechanized on the roadsides, how the experience went through, the ugly experience. And now when they had the verdict from court, and they're saying now, look, Farida Nambi, Elias Narukola and the likes want us to go through the same experience. They are looking at this verdict as if it's also taking back to the same ugly experience.
We went to court to seek justice after an election that no one, including yourself, can say that it lacked issues about it. We wanted also to have on court record judgments that will help us streamline where we are headed in the 2026 election, where hooligans just come and destroy election materials, where people come in the name of security to hurt others. So that is not where we want to be. And if not go to the courts, where else do you want us to go to get justice? So for me as a candidate, I don't know whether you know how painful it is for your vote not to be tallied and returned. You automatically get question marks, and you're like, why? Why me? Who is targeting me? What is it going on? We find that Kampala elections are always heated, and our supporters, for instance, me, I talk to Honorable Narukola. You've seen me, I've greeted him, I don't disrespect him. But you may find that my supporters and his want to cut each other's throat.
Does that make you regret that kind of experience in Kampala? Regret why you entered into this murky waters of politics?
No, I'm a leader. And it is the passage we have to take. It's the path we have to take.
Thank you so much, Hajat Farida Nambi. She's the interim's candidate, at least going by the Kawempe North by-election that we had on the 14th of March. And yes, the legal battle in the High Court could be done, but yes, she's still ready to take on whatever when Elias Narukola's team goes to the Court of Appeal. She says still ready, and of course we shall keep watching them as they battle in the Court of Appeal. Stephen in Middle, Mfefe Chibuga, taking you back to studios of Morning at NTV.